Hey guys, so you want to learn how to train for an Ironman? In this video, I'm going to show you how. So my name is Hassan, I'm an Ironman, and I'm also the first Sri Lankan and one of only 300 people in the world to have run a marathon on all of the 7 continents. In this video, I'm going to give you the best practices on how to train, what to eat, what equipment to use, and we're going to go through everything else you need in order to get you across the finish line for your very first Ironman. So first of all, what is an Ironman? So an Ironman is the world's hardest triathlon. It is officially a 3.86 kilometer swim, a 180 kilometer bike ride, and a full 42.2 kilometer marathon done back to back to back without any breaks, with individual time cutoffs for the swim, the bike, and the run, which means if you don't finish the swim in a certain amount of time, you don't get to get on the bike. If you don't finish the bike and the swim in a certain amount of time, you don't even get to do the run. And if you don't finish all of them under an overall time limit, you don't get the title of being an Ironman. So you need to meet the time limits, and you need to meet the overall time limit of 17 hours. And if you do, you get the honor of being titled an Ironman for life. So the first component of the Ironman is the swim. And we're going to go through the different equipment you need, the best practices on how to train, how to set up your training program, and anything else you need to know for the swim. So the first thing you need is obviously swim shorts or swimming gear. And that's basic. And you also need a wide-eyed vision goggles. And the reason you need wide-eyed goggles is because when you're swimming in the ocean, usually Ironmans are done in the ocean in open water. You're gonna need to be able to be seeing around you because there's gonna be lots of people around you, and you need to be able to be aware of your surroundings. So that's number 2. And number 3 is you need a wetsuit. A wetsuit is basically a full body suit, and there are several brands that do them. But essentially, it's something that keeps you warm and buoyant when you're in the ocean and swimming for a long period of time. It can definitely be a useful resource to invest in one for a swim, especially if the Ironman that you're choosing to do allows you to have a wetsuit. I would definitely say do it. So the swim, it's a 3.86 kilometer swim. It's not short, it's quite long. It's very difficult. Sometimes the water conditions will be choppy and undulating. You need to do at least a minimum of 3 swim sessions a week in order to prepare. And basically the swim sessions should be 2 speed sessions and 1 long session. So in the speed sessions, you'll be doing 4 into 100 meters freestyle drills, 4 into 200 meter freestyle drills with flippers, drills with water buoys. And you need to do a variety of those in order to be able to build up your speed. So that means basically that you can swim the 3.86 kilometer distance in the least amount of time. The other thing you need to do is work on your stamina. Now, I think that the speed component is probably as important, or if not more important, than the stamina component. But if you don't have the stamina to be able to finish the swim, then there's no point in having the speed anyway. So you have to be able to build up your endurance, to build up to the point where you can swim that distance of 3.86 kilometers at a stretch and still be okay to do a bike and a run after that. And the way you can do that is basically doing longer swims, like 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers. And the way you can make this interesting is by incorporating drills in the middle of the swim, maybe going in open water, breaking it up into blocks, doing swim, bike, swim, or swim, run, swim. And there are the famous brick sessions, the bike run sessions, but I'll get into that later as well. So that's basically the nuts and bolts of how you train for a swim. Next, we're going to talk about the bike. So for the bike, this is my favorite part of the Ironman that I did, because the bike was such a beautiful portion. But I also really love the run as well. Anyway, about the bike. So for the bike, you need 3 or 4 things. Number 1, obviously, you need a bike. And there are 2 types of bikes that you can get. Number 1 is you can get a time trial bike, which is basically a bike that's specifically built for long distance triathlons. They're a bit more expensive, but they're very good, and they'll give you a lot of speed when you're on the race, because you're in the optimal position for the bike. A cheaper alternative, and one that I actually use, which is fine, is getting a road bike and putting aero bars on the front of the bike. So you're in that aero position while you're riding. And road bike is also more versatile, that you can use it for general day-to-day errands if you like. You can use it to go to the park or whatever. It's a fun bike, but when you add the aero bars on it, you can make it a serious weapon for your triathlon training, and definitely the bike portion. In terms of, you also need obviously you need the helmet, and maybe if you don't like the sun in your eyes, maybe get goggles or sunglasses or a visor or something like that. With regard to the training sessions, oh yes, also you need to get clip-on pedals and bike shoes. And the reason that is important is because when you're training for an Ironman, your feet need to be in one plane of motion, and they need to be moving like this, not flapping about too much. And the reason for that is because you're cycling 180 kilometers. It is longer than some stages in the Tour de France. So you need to be able to be aware, if your foot is moving around a lot, you're going to get some kind of injury or cramp, or you're definitely going to be in a deficient state when it comes to doing the run. So you need to be able to keep your foot in one position. So I urge you, when you're buying the bike, when you're going to a shop, to talk to the shop people about clip-on pedals, and tell them you're doing an Ironman. They'll know what to do, and getting bike shoes. And then you need to be able to practice with these as well. With regard to the actual training for the bike, again, it's a similar format to the swim, where you do 2 speed sessions a week and 1 really long session. The most important sessions, like I said, are the speed sessions, because you need to be able to be efficient and be able to do the actual bike in a fast manner, which gives you enough time then to do the run and have that kind of buffer, the mental buffer of the time. So in the speed sessions, I would do, again, 4 into 50 meter sprints. Maybe do 2 minutes going really fast at 80% intensity, and then drawing back for about 50%, and then going again at 80%. So there are different ways that you can build up your lactic capacity or your VO2 max for the bike specifically. You can also do some training for long distances. The good thing about the good and the bad thing about the bike is that for the bike, you can actually do long distances. You can do like 120, 130, 140, up to 180, more than that, to build up your stamina. And definitely for the swim, you can do 4 kilometers every day. It doesn't impact your body too much. For the bike, I wouldn't recommend it as much. However, you want to be able to make sure that you are able to complete the 180 kilometers and still have enough energy and motivation to do the run after that. So those are the 3 sessions. I will tell you how to program it in very soon as well. The final component, which is the run. I love the run. Running is my best out of the 3. Like I said, my bike's probably my favorite because of the Ironman that I did, but I definitely love running a lot. I've done more marathons than Ironmans, but essentially for the run, all the equipment that you need are obviously running shoes. You need sunglasses or a visor and a hat if it's sunny. And if you need, just wear a running belt where you can carry some water and stuff on you. But there are aid stations along the way. And for the run, you need to be able to do 2 speed sessions and 1 long session. In the speed sessions, you need to do sessions where you do fartlek running and interval training. So that means you go 1 minute fast, 1 minute slow, or 2 minutes fast, 2 minutes slow for 10 kilometers. Or fartlek sessions where you go like 5 kilometers at 80% pace, 4 kilometers at a 60% pace, and then up again and then down again, etc. Those are fartlek sessions, or tempo runs. They're very important in order to build your lactic capacity to make sure you can do the run in an efficient manner. The other thing that you should focus on is also your long runs. So once a week, do your long runs where you try out all the nutrition and stuff that you need. So I would advocate between 21 to 25 kilometers on your long run days. And I would go maximum 30 kilometers. The beauty of the run is that you actually don't have to finish the full marathon before your training. Actually, that's detrimental, because if you do a full marathon after your training, what will happen is you won't have the energy left to recover, because running has a lot of impact on your body. So it takes a lot out of you. Unlike the swim and the bike, where you can actually do the actual long distances prior to the race, I wouldn't actually recommend it on doing it for the run itself. For the bike and the swim, go ahead, feel free, go crazy. And then putting it all together, how would you do 9 sessions a week in 1 week? So the way I did it, and it's different for everybody, but I'm just going to explain my my training schedule and my experience. So it took me about maybe like 8 to 10 hours a week of training. And basically my long bike and long run days were Saturday and Sunday. So I just kept the weekend to do the long bike on Saturday and then the long run on Sunday. During the week, I had like shorter sessions, but they were the speed sessions. So basically, on 2 days of the week, I trained twice a day. And on the days that I trained, I definitely didn't put a bike and a run on the same day. Usually it was a swim in the morning and then a run at night. Basically, I did Monday I did a bike in the morning, then I did nothing else. On Tuesday, I did a swim in the morning and then a run session at night. Wednesday, another bike session. Thursday, same as Tuesday. Friday, another bike session. Saturday, long bike, and then Sunday, long run. So it worked out 9 sessions, and that's basically how you do it, how you train for the entire thing. And you can put it all together, and it actually works out beautifully on the day because you've trained so hard and you put in all the work, and it just it comes together on the day. Okay, so guys, if you're enjoying this content, please do like and subscribe, and give a thumbs up to the video, and ring the notification button. So when a new video comes, you'll be notified instantly, and you can go watch it for all the greatest fitness, health, motivation, and mindset tips. All right, moving on to the next topic, which is nutrition. With regard to nutrition, I'm going to give you a basic outline of what to eat and what to take on each of the 3 legs. However, if you want a specific video done on nutrition, or what to take when and how much to take, etc., I will do it in a different video. Just leave your comments and I will happily make that. But essentially, you should be having a lot of carbohydrates. And the way you do it is that I tended to carb load the week before, and on the day of the race, I was mainly having like liquids in terms of gels. And I was mixing carbohydrate powders in my water and mixing electrolytes. Electrolytes are super important because you're going to be dehydrated a lot of the way, and you need to be able to make sure you're taking sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium so that you can do the run, the swim, and the bike efficiently and not get cramps. If you can do that, the carbohydrates, liquids, and the electrolytes, you should be good to go. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, like I said, do subscribe and ring the notification button. I hope to see you in the next video, and I'm just going to leave a short clip for you all to give you all inspiration. If you want to do an Ironman, watch this, and I hope this inspires you, and this is my finish line and my triumph moment. So yeah, see you in the next one.